received a call a few days ago from a lady, and she was crying on phone. She told me that she needed my advice. I said, okay, what's the problem? Why are you crying? She said she has been dating this guy for some time now, and they've been together for nearly 5 years. And she said that all her friends know them together. They do things together as couple. They live. Everybody know them. So I asked her, what's the problem? She said that recently that the guy started misbehaving, that the guy started abusing her emotionally, physically, and otherwise. That even the guy do beat her sometimes and all of that. And to make the matter worse, she said they are planning for their marriage. The guy is planning to come and see her parent for introduction and everything. And then I asked her, okay, what have you done about the whole situation? She said that she has tried to communicate with this guy. She has tried. Sometimes she'll bring up the topic, but whenever she bring up the topic, that this guy will get so much angry and that it doesn't end well, and then that she stopped talking about it. I told her, what is the reason why you are still in the relationship? You've done everything possible to make peace with the whole situation, and things seems not to be working out. You try to talk to the guy, and the guy gets angry, and sometimes he beats you when you do that. So why are you still in the relationship? She told me, everybody knows us. They've seen us together. We go to occasions together as couples. Sometimes we wear uniform we do all these things together. That it is going to be very shameful for those that have known them together to now know that they have separated. That how will she begin? When will she begin? That she doesn't want to go into another relationship and start building. That she has invested her energy, invested a lot in the relationship. I told her, yes, it is true that you've invested a lot of things, and you've invested your time, you invested maybe your money, you invested so many things in the relationship. But could it be that it is God that is trying to tell you to be mindful of what you are getting yourself into? I've come to realize that a lot of women are passing through a lot in their relationship, but they are still in the relationship. It's not because they are enjoying the relationship, but because they are scared, because they are ashamed of what people will think of them if people get to know that they are no longer dating the person they used to date. If people discover that they've broken up with a guy, how will people see them? And because of this, they keep on enduring. My dear, please, it is better for you to suffer heartbreak now than for you to go into a wrong marriage and you will suffer heartbreak for the rest of your life. It is better for you to break up with a guy that is not treating you well now than for you to go into a marriage with a man that will not regard you as anything, that will deal with you for the rest of your life. It is better to have a broken relationship now than to have a broken marriage later. And maybe by the time you will realize what is happening, maybe you already have 1 child or 2 children. By then, when you begin to think about leaving or divorcing the man, everything will just get complicated. Sometimes God speaks to us in different ways. Maybe God allows things to be, but when God says that what you are stepping in is not what He has destined for you, sometimes God will allow the person's real character to show before you go into the relationship, into marriage with the person. So please, don't use because of what people will say. Don't use because of that people will laugh at you or people will say all kinds of things, and then you end up with a man that will deal with you for the rest of your life. It is better for you to cry now and get it right later than for you to in the eyes of men, in the eyes of people, everything you pretend in the eyes of people. Marriage is not like a relationship. Whatever, any red flag you neglect now will deal with you later in marriage. Please. I told her that it is better for her to cut off that relationship now before it gets into marriage. Because if a man who is in a relationship with you now is not treating you well, if he marries you, he's not gonna change. If you go into marriage with a man that does not respect you as a woman, a man that abuses you physically, mentally, in fact, a man that raises his hand against you, that beats you, you should never marry such a man. In fact, you shouldn't even be in a relationship with someone like that. The marriage is going to be between you and the man for the rest of your life. So don't use, because of your friends, what your friends will think about, how people will say it, and then you end up marrying a man, regretting it for the rest of your life. Please, don't use because you have invested, you've been in a relationship for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. In fact, what are you doing in a relationship for 5 good years with a man, somebody that have not identified himself with your family? It is wrong to be in such a in an abusive relationship and think about marriage. Please. It is wrong. Help yourself.